So you want a natural hair transplant the natural way. It's only a hair transplant that you aspire for. You don't want to take any medications. You want to treat a genetic problem through a mechanical procedure. I have a feeling you just might be joking.
Uh-oh.
It is very simple to grow hair. Moving hair from the donor area to the recipient area, no big deal. The decision on which patient is suitable for the hair transplant and which patient is not a candidate for a hair transplant, what medication should accompany the procedure of hair transplant, when to stop the medication, when to start the medication again, only if your hair transplant is well thought of can you aspire for a long-term hair transplant result. And that is the reason why clinics don't show you long-term results, because they don't have any. A good result is just a flash in the pan. Look at these videos on my YouTube channel and you'll see that long-term hair transplant results require a lot of effort on the part of the clinic and also on the part of the patient. So before we discuss today's hair transplant patient, Mr. Prateek Kakria, a young Indian male who came to us with grade 5 bordering on grade 6 male pattern baldness, a few words about consultations with me immediately after a hair transplant. Many patients of late have been asking me to follow them up after the hair transplant done elsewhere. Well, I could do that if there was something severely wrong with the hair transplant procedure. I could also do that if you were taken by surprise, fooled into a hair transplant by a technician clinic, not a doctor-run clinic. And this is for 3 reasons. And these are 3 very legitimate reasons. Number 1, legal. The legal hassles are immense. Number 2, ethical. A doctor is expected not to interfere with the treatment of another patient. And in the case of a hair transplant, an opinion about the hair transplant, an opinion about the result, an opinion about complications that may have occurred can only be given after 6 months. Please do not ask for an appraisal of your hair transplant before 6 months are over, because there's still time. And lastly, why I do not interfere with other doctors' patients is because I do not know what the level of your baldness was. Were you suffering from diffuse pattern alopecia? What were your lab investigations? What were your aspirations when you sought a hair transplant? So all these things are very important for me to figure out whether hair transplant was done badly or you need to give time to your hair transplant to mature. So now we come to Mr. Prateek Kakria's case, a young Indian male who came to me for a hair transplant for his grade 5 bordering on grade 6 male pattern baldness, a young male. So we proceeded to do his hair transplant using about 5,000 grafts taken from the scalp and the body areas, that is the shadow area of the beard. And this is the patient's result 6 months later when he came to us for follow-up and for tweaking his medication in the months to come. So watch the video. The medication that the patient has been on. The patient was evaluated for fitness for DHT blockers taken orally. The patient's total testosterone, estradiol levels were normal. The patient had good sexual health. He was put on tablet finasteride 1 milligram every day taken at night, along with 5% minoxidil applied at night over the transplanted area for 6 complete months. And now he's here with me. And now I'm going to give him a break of 2 weeks and see if his hair loss is more or less stable. So that was the case for the day. If you have any questions about this patient, any questions about hair transplant or hair loss treatment for men and women, Do let me know and I'll be happy to help you. Have a nice day and God bless you.